Ultimate Gohan, the ultimate figure for this year. That's right, finally, after waiting over half a year for this figure, Ultimate Gohan Super Hero is here from the latest movie from Dragon Ball Super, I guess. The superhero movie which came out in June. Came out in June in Japan, August in the US, and I'm not sure about other regions, but not too much longer for you guys, which is fantastic. So yeah, again, the same packaging as the other movie figures. We've got that gold brownie colour, the silver text. Yeah, everything on him is looking great. Nice selection of images on the back as usual. Nothing really out of the ordinary here, just Gohan looking badass on the front. Anyway, let's just get him out of there. I want to have a closer look at this figure. Okay, Gohan in his packaging here, and yeah, he is very, very light on accessories, but here's a cheap retail release. And actually, if you're wondering where's his cape, where's his glasses, Super Saiyan head, and all that cool stuff that you see in the trailer, well, they're accessories with Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, who are currently on pre-order on Premium Bundle, so go check them out. Actually a really good deal. They come stacked with accessories themselves, plus the bonus parts for Gohan here, which is great. But yeah, for the one that we have in front of us right now, base Gohan, we've got the kind of neutral, not quite stoic, just kind of a neutral, unhappy, not happy, not unhappy type of a neutral look. And then we've got the open mouth screaming for his attack and the teeth gritting one there. The only face that I would have liked to see is a nice happy one at least, but alas, we've got these three. For the hands, he does have 3 additional pairs, the martial arts grip, the slightly more curved finger one, and then the spread fingers out. Both good for kind of doing his key blast attacks. And then obviously got the close fists on him. So yeah, let's get him out and check out that finish. It's so great to finally get a, I think actually this could be the very first 2.0 Gohan figure we have for the I guess adult version. We did have the was it the Battle Damage Super Saiyan 2 one. So yeah, and actually the very first time we get Gohan in Piccolo's outfit, so that's also fantastic. And this version of Gohan is rocking the new ankle design, which is great to see. So it does give him a little bit more motion there. I think it looks a lot nicer compared to other figures. He does have the redesign for the waist area as well, which is a lot more reminiscent of Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So yeah, a lot of really great changes on this figure, and same with the shoulder design. I think yeah, overall it's looking really nice together. Everything blends in really well. I do like the design of the boots, and the colouring is nice too. Red belt, the darker charcoal wristbands, even the purple is pretty nice too, and same with the black hair. Yeah, the finish looks really nice. Again, with the muscles in here, and on that face as well, everything is looking pretty clean. He does have a pretty chunky neck. He's pretty buff, this Gohan, which is actually really cool to see. Though you have to be a little bit more careful when posing him, because depending on the pose with the head, he can kind of look a little bit no-necky. So it can be a little bit more difficult to pose in compared to some other figures. But overall, I'm loving the look of this figure so far. So let's go check out the articulation. Starting with the muscly neck, and let's move the head. Yeah, this one is a little bit more restricted. Looking up is okay-ish. Going forward, again, his chin will hit his neck, so not too good there. Decent tilt going on. He doesn't have a normal type of peg. Can this pop off? There we go. So his head is just attached by one of these pegs, not one that actually swivels. So it doesn't really matter which way it's facing, which is actually quite beneficial at times, because it can be quite a bit of a pain on some figures. Moving to his shoulders, and yeah, these look nice, moves really well. So actually it's a bit of a redesign. It might be a little bit hard to see, but the shoulder here is on another peg, which then pops into a ball joint in there, and then that's where the arm swivels on that instead. Everything feels really nice and stiff. It holds itself really well, which is something that I really like. Onto his elbows there, that's not too bad. Again, he's really muscly, so for the amount of muscles he has, I think it's actually really nice. His wrist is pretty much the same as any other Dragon Ball figure. Everything is pretty good there. Now for his waist, he does have a nice curve coming up on both front and back, which does help him move back and forward. Definitely a lot better than the previous Vegeta figure, which is great to see. He can also kind of do the twist down onto the sides as well, which is great. His upper body will fully swivel around, so nothing stopping him there, which is great. And then, oh yeah, check out the leg splits is extremely good. I wish we had a kind of design like this for the other figures, Goku and Vegeta and so forth. Hopefully in the future we will see something like this come through on all the other figures. His leg swivels around nicely, and then his knee joint is fantastic too. Down to the ankles. So in this one here we have a little bit of a swivel left and right, which is nice, and again is forward and back. This is the same redesign that we see in the new Naruto figure line, though the articulation on this one isn't quite as extreme as those figures, but this one here you don't really get the big gap underneath. So I think there's a slight, I guess, balance in terms of articulation versus appearance going on here. He does have a really nice toe tip though. So yeah, overall this figure feels so nice in hand. All the joints move well, and it holds its posing as well. I've managed to be able to pose Gohan. How do I do it? Something like this, while holding Vegeta and balancing on one leg, and all the joints held up the weight of both figures beautifully. So that's something I do love seeing. Alright, let's get in close to these faces. So this is the kind of neutral, angry-ish look. I think it looks really nice. The extra definition above his eye line, eyebrows is really nice, and again the printing is, I think, pretty much spot on for this head. To change the faceplates actually, it pops off like normal, and then the hair is attached to the head. So you pull the faceplate off, then you can slot the new faceplate into the hair, and then it all just reattaches itself to the head. And this is the screaming face that Gohan comes with. I think this one looks extremely nice. You've got the lovely colouring in his mouth, the lines underneath his eyes, above his eyes, and then the slashes again on his eyebrows there. So again, this face is looking really good. Probably my favourite one for this figure. Finally, you got the slightly more open mouth, teeth gritting look with the angry look. And I think this one's really nice. It's kind of a good one. It usually means kind of powering up or getting angry. Okay, so we've got all of the retail release figures for the movie here now, and it's great to have them all out. So first up was Piccolo, then Goku, Vegeta, and now Gohan, and all of these are looking great together. I mean, it's amazing. We've got basically the 4 main characters from the show as cheap retail releases, so that is something that is awesome. And obviously with Gohan we do have all the badass accessories with Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, so that is the base head with glasses, Super Saiyan head and cape. So that's going to be really good once we do get those at the start of next year. So it's actually almost worthwhile picking up 2 Gohan here, so you can have a kind of base look like this, and then maybe have a Super Saiyan one or one with a cape later on. But yeah, I think overall the sizing for these ones work pretty good. Gohan and Goku are essentially the same size, though it is awesome to see the new body type with Gohan, so hopefully we get something similar for Goku in the future, and same with Vegeta. Definitely Piccolo and Gohan are the 2 outstanding figures from this lineup. I think it is mainly just down to the fact they do have those updated body types. Though Goku here, with the difference in orange and the highlighting on his body, he actually photographs really well, so he is really good for taking photos. And then Vegeta here, I mean, it's just a Vegeta figure, can't really say anything bad about that. But yeah, Gohan's definitely rounds out the lineup really well, and he is definitely one that's looking forward to the most, and he is my favourite of the 4 figures. So yeah, with that said, drop a comment below with who is your favourite out of these 4 and why, and let's just move into the pros and cons for this Gohan release. So straight up with the pros, it's Gohan. he's in his Piccolo outfit, basically his real father. I mean, he's got, yeah, the boots, the new ankle design is great, the colouring looks good, the belt is nice. There's actually a little bit of a darker weathering in there as well, which is good to see. The faces look good. So yeah, cheap retail release, can't go wrong. And yeah, articulation is really good too. Into the cons, I think maybe a little bit of weathering on his purple clothing area would have been quite good. Maybe one extra face with this release. Maybe the slightly happy, goofy look would have been really nice to see. I love this new kind of redesign of the body, but the back here, it kind of does hint of emotion if you want to go back. So hopefully we do get, I guess, a updated version of this where we get the front articulation and the splits while maintaining some good motion going back. Overall, I haven't noticed too many occasions where I've been really needing that back articulation, but every now and then it will come up. Yeah, I don't really have anything else or any real bad things to say about this figure. It's just a solid release. Actually, I guess the only other one is he is a little bit chunky around the head. Maybe if that neck was slightly thinner or a little bit longer, or the head was slightly bigger, it wouldn't look quite so odd in some poses. But again, it does kind of depend on what pose you're using, which head, and what angle you're looking at. Sometimes it looks fantastic, other times it's a little bit odd. So if you are posing him, it might take a little bit more effort or time compared to some other figures. But yeah, other than that, I think he's awesome. Looking forward to the new accessories as I mentioned earlier. So if you do want to check out pictures of Gohan here and different poses with accessories, yeah, 360 images and all that cool stuff, jump on rockchala.com, linked below. You can also find out some pictures at the end of this video and on Instagram. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please do like, subscribe and all of that cool stuff. And yeah, again, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, cheers!